Hey everyone! Today we're going to talk about something super useful, a way to practice speaking English even if you're all by yourself. Seriously, it's this simple method for having a conversation with, well, yourself. And trust me, it actually works. So let's be real. This is the big question, right? How in the world are you supposed to practice speaking English when you don't have a partner? You know you need to improve, you want to get more confident, but maybe you can't find someone to practice with, or maybe you just don't feel quite ready to talk to a native speaker yet. It's a huge, huge hurdle for so many of us. And hey, if you've ever felt stuck in that position, you are so not alone. It's probably one of the biggest frustrations out there for language learners. But what if I told you there's a really effective way to get around this? A structured method that just uses a simple script and your own voice. This right here is the solution we're going to unpack today. It looks so simple, but this one little idea is the key. It's what unlocks real, consistent speaking practice, all on your own time, on your own terms. Okay, so what is call and response? I know it sounds kind of technical, but trust me, the idea behind it is super, super simple. Basically, it's a clever way to simulate one half of a real conversation. So let's really dig into this definition. First, you get a prompt. That's the call. Think of it like someone just said something to you. Then, you get a perfect example answer. That's the response. But here's the most important part. You then have to say that response out loud. And that's the game changer. That's what turns you from just a passive listener into an active speaker. All right, so let's look at the anatomy of this method. It really just comes down to three main parts. And once you get these, you can literally create practice exercises for any situation you can think of. Okay, part one, the call. Super simple. This is just the conversation starter. It's the question or the statement that gets things going. It's basically the other person's line in the conversation. You know, like if someone asks, "What'd you do this weekend?" That's the call. Then comes part two, the response. This is your model answer. It's the perfect example of what a natural, correct reply sounds like. So if the call was, "What did you do this weekend?" the response might be, "I went for a hike and then saw a movie." It literally gives you the words to use. And last but not least, part three, the repeat. And honestly, this is the magic ingredient. This is where you come in. You hear that model response and then you say it out loud. You try to copy the pronunciation, the rhythm, everything. This is where the learning really, truly happens. Okay, so we've got the theory down, but how do you actually do this? How do you make one for yourself? Well, let's walk through a super simple three-step blueprint that you can use to start practicing, like right now. It's seriously as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1, pick a scenario, and pick a common, everyday one, like ordering coffee or asking for directions, something you'll actually use. Step 2, write the script, and keep it short. Just one call and one response is perfect when you're starting out. And step 3, add a pause. If you're recording this for yourself, leave a little bit of silence after the response. That's your cue. That's your moment to speak. Let's look at a perfect classic example. The barista says, "Hi there, what can I get for you?" That's the call. The response? "Hello, I'd like a large latte, please." Your job is just to say that second part out loud. That's it. So simple, but so effective. I know, it seems almost too simple, doesn't it? So why does this actually work so well for learning a language? Let's get into the why behind the technique. Okay, so what are the big wins here? First off, you're building muscle memory. By actually saying the words, you're training your mouth, your tongue, your lips to make the right sounds. It makes pronunciation feel way more natural. You're also drilling those sentence structures into your brain until you don't even have to think about them. And, a huge one, it boosts your confidence. Because there's no pressure, it's just you. And maybe the best part of all, you don't need to find a partner to do it. So if there's one thing to remember, it's this. The whole point is to go from passive listening to active speaking. It's about building that bridge between understanding what you hear and actually being able to say it yourself with confidence. And that brings us to the final question, and this one is all for you. You've got the blueprint now, so what's the very first conversation you're going to create and practice? Are you going to try introducing yourself, ordering a pizza, asking for directions? The possibilities are totally endless, and you can literally start right now. Get to it!